beautiful babes, and welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be talking about all my top 10 eyeshadow palettes for fall. I love fall this time of the year. Pumpkin spice lattes are available again. The leaves start to fall. It's an amazing time of the year. But I'm just going to go ahead and get into this video. But if you are new, definitely go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. I would love to be friends here on YouTube. Give this video a like. It really does help out my channel so much. But I'm just going to go ahead and get into the video. Okay, so these aren't going to be in any particular order. I love them all a lot. I couldn't choose like an order to go in, but these are my top 10 eyeshadow palettes for fall. The first one I want to talk about is this Too Faced Cinnamon Swirl palette. I have done a couple of different videos on my channel about this, so I won't ramble on too much about this, but I just think that this is the perfect color story for fall. You got that purple in there, and these neutral colors. I just think it is super pretty for the fall time. And the inside does smell like cinnamon, but it isn't like a Cinnabon cinnamon. It's more like, if you've ever had that Wrigley's cinnamon gum, that's what it reminds me of. So yeah. And the next palette I want to talk about is this Revolution Sophie X palette. This came out probably like 2 years ago, so I have had this for a while, but this is just honestly the perfect, and I'm covering up the mirror so I don't blind you with it, but this is just the perfect color story for fall. You have those green tones, you got some purples, and then some like orangey tones. Like, I love the orangey tones on the side here. I just think they're super pretty. And then you got all these different colors. So I have used this quite a bit. I do reach into the mattes in this palette quite a bit. But yeah, I really do love this palette for the fall. I don't care for the shimmers in it as much, but I think that the mattes are really, really nice. But the shimmers, like, I have a lot nicer shimmers in my eyeshadow collection, so I don't reach for the shimmers in there as much, but the mattes are, like, really nice. And the next one I'm going to talk about is kind of a more colorful palette. It's the Wine and Only from ColourPop. No pun intended, but this is just a really nice berry palette for the fall. And look at this beautiful color story. It's just got like really rich berry tones in it, like reddish tones. I actually did a look with this when I went to Crayon Fest recently, and it turned out really pretty. And it was just like a festival type of thing, but it turned out really pretty. So I did want to include that one in this because I think it is really appropriate for this time of the year. And the next one I want to talk about is this Natasha Denona Retro palette. And I know that this is a really popular mini palette of hers, and I do have it on my eyes today. I love this like silvery green color. It is just stunning. I love this one. I think it is 100% worth the money. And it just has really pretty fall tones in it. I love this one for one of her mini palettes. And another one of her mini palettes I have, this one is quite a bit older. I've hit pan on this shade right here, and I love the gold in here, this like coppery gold color. I just think this is really nice for this time of the year as well. I love the mattes in here as well. It's just a really rounded mini palette. And yeah, I love her shimmer formula. It is amazing. And one of the next palettes I want to talk about is another mini palette. This is the Milani Most Wanted, And the mattes in here are just absolutely beautiful to work with. They are kind of powdery, but they're just so pigmented. For a drugstore palette, you really can't go wrong with this. Any of these palettes from Milani you really can't go wrong with, but this one in particular I especially like because I just love these mauve-y tones. I just think it is beautiful for the fall time. Yeah. And the next one I want to talk about is this Buxom palette that was in collaboration with Ash K. Holm. I apologize if it's kind of like reflecting off. That's why I'm trying to cover up the mirrors because I don't want it to like blind you. But this is just such a pretty fall palette too. It does have some pops in it, but I honestly like that because I do love colorful eyeshadow. But you have those purple tones, you have this like silvery slate gray color, and then you also have these neutral tones. And it does have a black in it as well, which I like because this is perfect for like creating like smoky eyes with. It's just beautiful. And this next one I want to talk about is the Naked palette. I actually have 3 Naked palettes I'm going to be talking about. And this is the Naked Urban Decay Cherry palette, and I've had this one for a while, so it is pretty banged up, but I love these like pinky mauve tones for fall. And then you have some deeper colors in it as well to kind of deepen up the look. But I will say with this one, I tend to kind of get the same look almost every time I use it, but I just love these tones that I don't even care. I think it's such a pretty palette. I probably wouldn't repurchase it if I ran out of it or it broke or I lost it while traveling or something, but it is a very pretty palette, especially for the fall time. And the next one I want to talk about is this Naked Urban Decay Wild West, and I think this is probably the newest one in their installments. Oh, actually, they came out with a Naked Urban Decay Cyber palette. I just want to kind of like talk about that for a second. Like, what the heck was up with that? Like, it was super light in colors, and it was just, I don't know, I wasn't impressed with the promo pictures of that one. It was just seemed like such a weird, and it came out like right at the beginning of fall. Like, what the heck is up with Urban Decay? But I love this one, the Naked Wild West. It's got some pops of blue, but it is mostly warm toned. It does have some cool tones in it, like that gray at the end. But I really like this one as well. I think it is, I like that it's mostly warm toned. I think I love warm tones for the fall. My favorite shade in the entire palette is this Hold'em shade. It's such a pretty gold for fall. And then you have this like Ghost Town shade. This is such a pretty like orangey matte. I just really like this for fall. And the last one I'm going to talk about is this Naked Urban Decay Honey palette. This is just so reflective. I feel like it's super shiny, and I'm trying not to blind you. And this one is just a super neutral, like gold tone palette. It is very, very pretty. I have used this a couple of times. It looks like it's been untouched, but it has been used. I try to clean my palettes like off after I use them, just so they like kind of stay looking new for as long as I can. But I really like the browns and the neutral tones in here. It does kind of look like a boring palette, but this is just looks really pretty on the eyes, and I really like the shimmers in here as well. But yeah, those are my top picks for eyeshadow palettes for the fall time. let me know if you have any of these in your collection, or if you'd like to see any makeup looks with any of these palettes. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. But thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, definitely go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. That helps out my channel a lot. Okay, and so those are my top picks for eyeshadow palettes for the fall. If you have any of these in your collection, definitely go ahead and leave me a comment down below. If you would like to see any looks with any of these palettes, I would be more than happy to do that. Or if there's any videos in particular you would like to see, definitely go ahead and leave me a comment down below. I know I have been getting a couple of comments about a makeup collection video, and I will be doing that in the future once I kind of have a more permanent setup. I probably will be doing a couple of declutter videos, but if you have any videos you would like to see, just leave me a comment down below. I'd be more than happy to do that for you. But thank you so much for watching. If you are not already subscribed to the channel, definitely go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Give this video a like. It definitely does help out my channel so much. But thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.